Did you ever get that Highlight magazine? It was a children's magazine at your house? We did, and I remember in it there was always this puzzle. Do you see the differences? So we're going to play that game today with these two guitars. Do you see the differences? And I got a little shadow going on there, but bear with me. Let's just take a look at these. As you can see, one is an Epiphone, and the other is a Harley Benton, but they are both jumbos, and they do have some similarities. So let's take a look at these a little bit closer and play them, and let's see what kind of differences these two jumbos will bring between the Harley Benton and the Epiphone J200. Well, good morning, everyone. Sitting here with a cup of Starbucks this morning. My goodness, they sure are expensive these days. But it's a good cup of coffee. I'm drinking a vanilla latte this morning. Got up early. Been out and about already. And thought I'd come back and share with you this beautiful guitar. I wanted to compare it today because it looks so much like the Harley Benton that I just showed you. And the big question is looming, is there differences between the two? Well, we're going to have to find out. Nice deep sound on this guitar. And yeah, there's some really big differences between these two. But let me just tell you about this one first. This is a J200 CE, and from everything that I can tell, it does not have a solid top on it. They said that for these older models, this one's probably about 12 years old now. This one has the E-Sonic in it, whereas the newer models of the J200 from Epiphone, they use Fishman in it now, Sonic Core. So there's some differences. But they said when you look in the label, if these models, these older models say J200 SCE, that it's a solid top. If it just says J200 CE, it's a laminated top. Now, I saw some exceptions to that, so I'm not sure how true it is. I think you almost have to call the company. This one's got needs to be polished up there. I could see some smudges on it. So this is not my guitar, by the way. I'm borrowing it, and it's from the same person I borrowed yesterday's, another Epiphone. He just loves the Epiphone guitar, and I know why. They do sound amazing. Listen to the bass on that. Now I have this thing plugged in to the E-Sonic too, and I have to say it's a wonderful pickup. This one works really well. But I heard some people complaining, saw some chatter about having problems with theirs. Fortunately, this one just works perfect. But it does have a magnetic pickup right here in the sound hole. And then it also has under the saddle, they call that the Nano Mag and the Nano Flex. The piezo's the Nano Flex. So this is a pickup that's been labeled by Epiphone. And there's a blend between the two. It's really nice. And you can also make adjustments on the tone on each one of them. It also has a way to send this signal out stereo. As you can see, there's two jacks on the bottom. One, I have it plugged into the mono side. But you can also send out another signal, and you have a stereo sound coming out of your guitar between these two pickups. That's pretty awesome. So yeah, this has that solid spruce top, and that laminated spruce top. I'm pretty sure, because when I look at it, you look inside the sound hole. If it's laminated, you'll see it looks kind of like it's sandwiched. It's very hard to tell with these types of finishes because the finish tends to kind of group on the edge, and you can't tell if you're seeing the sandwich or if you're seeing the finish. But I'm pretty sure that this one is a laminate. It doesn't matter. It sounds absolutely awesome. In fact, if I turn it off, I'm going to just mute this here, and we're just going to hear it from the microphone right here. I have the microphone moves up so you can pick up my voice more, I'm going to try to adjust it so that it gets more of the guitar. So listen to that again. Sounds really good. So yeah, so this is a jumbo size guitar, and it does have 16. See, I touched it there. 16 and 3/4 inch bout on it, so it's a really big guitar. Also has a 5-inch depth on it, or actually, yeah, it's 5 inches. So the big question we had this morning, you saw the little clip before this video, when you looked at that Harley Benton, which is also a jumbo, they almost look like they might have been made in the same factory. Obviously, this one's probably made in Indonesia, but and Harley Benton does make some in Indonesia. But there are differences between the two. Some are pretty obvious. I think the obvious on the Harley Benton, I'm going to try to pick it up here. The obvious is the pick guard. But when you look at them just straight on, you can see the inlays look different. The pick guard looks different. So there are some differences on the jumbo. But the biggest difference between the two is how they measure out. There is a 1/4 inch difference all the way around on this Harley Benton. The Harley Benton is a 1/4 inch smaller on the depth and on the bout, the width of the bout. So it's just a hair smaller, but that smaller actually feels different. The other thing I noticed was in the neck, even though it's a 1 6/9 nut on both of these, and they both have the same exact scale, 25.5, they're both maple necks. They, when you look at them, and I'm afraid to bring them down without colliding here. We don't want to marry these two, but they both have the maple neck. See that? But the difference is the feel. Is that the Harley Benton's neck is a little shallower than the Epiphone. And so yeah, there's some differences in the neck. But as far as the make of the guitars, the smoothness of the frets, they're both the same. They're both very, very nice. Looking on the back, you can see that strip down the center. It looks very similar. Yeah, they look identical actually. But there you go. It's really interesting. And you'll also notice that the strap button, hi Tilly, the dog just walked in. The strap button is in a different location. See that? One's on the heel, one's on the side. Okay, so let's just listen to the two and hear if those differences make a difference in the sound. So I'm not going to plug these in. I'm just going to be playing through a microphone, and we're going to compare the Harley Benton with the Epiphone. one other thing I wanted to show you. Look at these next two video clips. In terms of differences, this is the Harley Benton. Look on the inside. You'll see a difference in how it's made. For instance, there's no center strip on the inside on the Harley Benton. And also the Harley Benton has thinner braces. So that's kind of interesting. Just thought I'd show you this. Just a real short clips. Take a look. Okay, so what'd you think? Let me know in the comments. After listening to these two, there's a few things I just feel like I want to say in terms of the tone. The Epiphone definitely, I think, puts out a more depth when you play, both finger style and strumming. I could hear the difference. So right now I have it plugged in, and I love the way this thing, the sounds with the pickup. It's really, really nice. So yeah, so I think in terms of playability, I like the Harley Benton's neck better. That sounds, but that's just me. It's not because one's better than the other. I just prefer it, that more shallow feel on the neck. But as far as the sound, the tone, this one definitely, I think, has more depth to it, more layers. It seems like it blooms more. So there you have it. Let me know what you think in the comments, and I hope you have a great day out there. Go get yourself a really good cup of coffee and enjoy your day. Be blessed.